Picture this. You're in a mentor coaching session, and your MC client is struggling to understand what active listening really looks like at the PCC level. You've given written feedback, you've referenced the competency markers, but the concept isn't landing. Then the client shares a frustration about a recent session, and you, almost instinctively, reflect back their exact words, pause, and ask what's underneath that frustration. The client stops. What you just did. That's what I'm trying to do with my clients. You didn't teach active listening. You demonstrated it. That's Competency 5.2 in action. Every MC session is a live classroom. Your client is watching how you coach them, not just listening to what you say about their coaching. Competency 5.2, the mentor coach models ICF core competencies to help the MC client better understand the required skill level for a specific credential level. The modeling happens whether you intend it or not. The question is whether you're aware of it and whether you use it deliberately when it serves the client's learning. When you ask your MC client to reflect before responding, you're demonstrating competency 4 and 6, maintaining presence and listening actively. When you contract clearly at the session start, competency 3, establishing agreements. When you notice an energy shift in your client and name it, competency 7, evoking awareness. When you celebrate a development breakthrough, competency 5.4, acknowledging strengths to foster confidence. The competencies you evaluate in their recordings are the same competencies you practice in the MC conversation. There are moments when making the modeling visible serves the client. Did you notice what I just did? I reflected back your exact words before asking a question. That's the same technique I'm inviting you to develop. This works when the client has been struggling with a specific competency and needs to feel what it's like from the receiving end. The experience of receiving competent coaching can teach what written feedback cannot. The power is in the lived experience. When your client has felt what competent coaching looks like from the receiving end, they have a reference point that no written description can provide. They know what it feels like when someone genuinely listens to them, and they carry that felt sense into their own sessions. But explicit modeling has limits. If every exchange becomes, "Let me show you how to do this," you've stopped being a mentor coach and become a coach educator. The MC is a developmental partner, not a fix-it expert. You partner with the client's growth process. You don't direct it. And remember Module 3 on honoring coaching style. When you model competency, not style. Your MC client sees the competency in action, but they'll express it through their own coaching voice, not yours. Competency 5.8 asks you to partner with the MC client in exploring resources, opportunities, and peer networks that enhance their coaching skills. The MC relationship is 10 hours over 3 or more months. Skill development doesn't happen only in those hours. Your role includes connecting the client to a broader development ecosystem. Your 10 hours together are powerful but limited. The coach who leaves the MC engagement connected to a broader development network, peer communities, ICF resources, supervision relationships, continuing education aligned with their specific competency gaps, continues to grow long after the engagement ends. That extended impact is part of your role. Connect your MC client to ICF resources for their credential level, the bars, PCC markers, the feedback guide itself. Peer communities where they can practice and get additional feedback. Coaching supervision for the self of the coach dimensions that MC doesn't address. Continuing education focused on specific competency gaps. Communities of practice within their program or professional network. Some mentor coaches unconsciously position themselves as the sole source of feedback and growth. Competency 5.8 explicitly requires partnering to explore external resources. You are a node in the client's development network, not the only source. Connecting them multiplies your impact beyond the engagement. The most common mistake, turning every MC session into a demonstration. Let me show you how I would have handled that. Slides from modeling into prescribing. And there's a recursive learning loop worth naming. The competency identification skills from Module 4 are what the MC client is developing. You support that development by modeling those very competencies in the MC session. What you teach is what you practice. What you practice is what they observe. There is a difference between let me demonstrate what I mean and notice what just happened between us. The first positions you as the expert performing. The second invites mutual observation. One builds dependency, the other builds capability. Facilitating client skill development, Competency 5, integrates everything in this course. Ethical clarity from Module 1, structured agreements from Module 2, an adapted learning process from Module 3, formative appraisal from Module 4, developmental feedback from this module. Your modeling is the thread connecting what you teach with how you practice. You've built the full skill set of Module 5, honoring coaching style, writing evidence-based developmental feedback, and modeling competencies in your MC practice. In Module 6, we expand into group mentor coaching, where you'll apply everything from this course in a more complex setting with multiple coaches, multiple dynamics, and new facilitation challenges.